Hi guys, I'm Jason Dendy, owner of Insane Custom Cops, and that's a little foretaste of what we're going to do for you today. We're going to give you basically a demonstration of what our calls sound like, and there's a little bit of goose call in there to get us pumped up and to grab your attention. And but we've been wanting to do this video, and a lot of guys out there maybe see our calls and like them, but they don't know what they sound like and that sort of thing. So this is what we're doing it for. And this guy here is Ben Cole. He's a good friend of mine and pretty much does, he's pretty much the right-hand man in my company and does a lot of work. He lives in South Georgia, going to school over there. Does a lot of work over there for me. So Ben, you want to say anything?
I do, Jason. I've been duck hunting for years, from Alabama to Georgia to Mississippi Delta, and these calls speak for themselves. I'll just say that. I mean, the sound and just the ease of them to blow is unreal. And we've killed a ton of ducks over the years using these calls, and geese as well. And every situation I put these calls in, from flooded timber to swamps to just open water,
flooded fields,
anything. These calls just perform second to none.
I think that's what you'll see today is the range that we offer, from open water down to mellow stuff and goose calls and everything there. I want to apologize before we start for the length of the video, being that it's long, but we thought it would be better for us to do one video and have all of our calls in one place instead of having a dozen links out there floating around. So, we want to start with our duck calls and the single reed. And first one we want to do is the Psycho. This is a mid-range call, and what I mean by mid-range is that it's kind of right in the middle of the tonal range of the duck. It's it's not way up there like an open water with high balls and everything, the ring is down, but it's not too mellow. And I apply it to the raspiness of the call too. It's not nasally, gravelly, raspy sound, but it's not, again, it's not mellow. In this call, you can use it anywhere: ponds, lakes, open water, finishing call, timber, swamps,
really anywhere you're going to be duck hunting. This call is very practical for that.
And it's our best all around, just any kind of hunting call that you can do. You can coax ducks, you can get their attention, you can coax them in. So listen to this call, see what you think about it. Psycho. That's a Psycho. Great all-around call.
It's got just absolute perfect volume,
Right.
for any application you would put it in.
The next call, this is a new call that we're doing this year. It's not even on the website yet. It will be soon. But it came off of our Psycho, kind of tweaking and doing some things with it. And it's a mid-range call too. It's a little bit higher up on that mid-range scale. And basically, it's a Cajun squeal call. A lot of guys like a call that will squeal and can use them effectively. So being that it's higher up on that scale, that's where the Cajun squeal comes in. But it'll do everything that the Psycho will do. And this is the new Nightmare single reed Cajun squeal. good sound.
It's got that good squeal too.
Right.
For anybody who likes a squealing call, that's the call for you.
And it's built into it. It's in the tuning. You know, it's a lot like the Psycho. They're about the same call, but the squeal is built in, so it comes out easy.
Oh yeah.
But man, I think everybody out there likes to hear a loud, ringing, piercing open water call.
That's what I think too, Jason.
Right.
Everybody likes that hot ball.
Right.
You know, it's just something that catches everybody's eye and ear.
Yeah.
They like the sound, and even those ducks don't do it.
Yeah, ducks don't make that sound. We all know that, but it's an attention-getting call.
That's right.
And when used effectively, it can get the duck's attention, and you'll be able to kill the ducks in those situations.
That you might not have been able to kill
Right.
otherwise.
But this call, it's the open water. This is our version of the open water. It's got that loud ringing sound, and it's got the raps that go with it. So listen to this call and see what you think about it. This is the head case open water. And the key to a good open water call, I think, is not just in the hail, but it's in the being able to get low and softer with that call.
That's right.
I think that call does a good job of it. So now we're going to move on to our double reed calls, and this is the trauma double reed. And this is for a guy that wants a little bit louder call that he wants to use in his timber or whatever. It's got a lot of rasp in it. We define it as our trauma double reed raspy call. It's got a lot of that built-in rasp to it. And this is a great call in the timber. You know, when you want to get the duck's attention and break them into the hole. It's a good call for that. Now, it's not along the volume of a cut-down call. That's a totally different animal. But it's got good volume and good rasp too.
That's right.
It's a great call to use in the timber. Or, you know, anywhere.
Ponds,
Yeah.
any kind of situation.
Any of these calls, you know, besides the open water call, you can pretty much use them anywhere. Listen to this call, trauma. That's a trauma double reed. So we have the Nightmare, the single reed, it's the Cajun squeal. We developed a double reed for that too. A lot of folks like a double reed as opposed to a single reed, and you know, they've been told that doubles are easier to blow than singles, and that's both true and false.
That's right.
You know, the single reed open water calls are harder to blow, and that's where I think that term applies, is to open water calls. But single reeds, a lot of our single reeds, they're just as easy or easier to blow than our double reeds. So, you know, look at our single reeds as well as our double reeds when you're thinking about getting a call. But this Cajun squeal double reed is basically the same call as the Nightmare, and we call it the Phobia. The squeals come out of this thing just as well as on the Nightmare. It's built in. So listen, see what you think about this. Got that good squeal and feed and call and bouncing in and all that. It's great another great call. The next double reed that we got is the Syndrome, excuse me. The Syndrome double reed. I apologize for the rain, if it's affecting the sound or anything. We're just trying to do this when we can. But the Syndrome, this is a little bit lower on the mid-range scale. This is a more mellow sound.
Right.
It's got that mellow sound that you're not going to reach out with. You're not going to grab the duck's attention and break them. You're going to coach. It's a finishing call, a mess call. In ponds, small water, small swamps and things like that, this call really, really shines.
That's right.
Thing really can get quiet.
Sure can.
So that's all of our mallard duck calls, and we're going to move on to our goose calls, and I'm going to let Ben run some of those. And first one he's going to do is a panic attack. Best all-around goose sound it can make. It can get high, it can get low, everywhere in between, fast, slow, all that.
That's right. This call is just, like you said, the best call all around. That's easy to use for anybody.
The one, when I'm hunting in the field, that's the one I'm blowing. 9 times out of 10, that's the call I've got on the lanyard, and then I'm blowing.
This is what it sounds like.
Alright, that's a great call. I mean, no doubt about it, that's a great call. The next one is the nervous breakdown. It's got a shorter insert on it. Gives it a little bit higher pitch. And it's a little bit faster, but it's a little bit harder to run. Anything that panic attack can do, this call can do with a little bit different sound.
And this is what it sounds like.
And one thing I want to add about our goose calls is you see him blowing it with 2 hands and all that. We build our calls, if you're in the layout blind, got a, your hand on the gun.
Right.
You can blow with one hand. They do just about as good one-handed as they do two-handed.
Right.
You get more advanced with the other hand. The next call is the longest call that we make. It's still a short reed, it's not a flute, but it's got that old, goosey, gravelly, tonal sound, and we call it the moose sound.
And this call is very effective when the younger goose sound won't bring them in, and you need a little bit older goose that can just, cut that edge out and get them on in so you spread. And this is what this call sounds like.
And that thing has such a good tone, just low, gravelly, long, and everything. It sounds awesome. It makes me want to go out and field and do something, really.
That's right.
The next one is our shortest call, and in comparison to some of our short barrel duck calls, it's about the same size. It's just over, a little over 4 inches long. And it makes it a lot harder to blow. If you still, with practice, you can get good on it. But it takes out so much of the back pressure. But it's got a good sound to it. It's got a good crack to it for being such a small call. And surprisingly, you can get deep on it too.
Yeah.
So this is the serial killer short breed goose call. Serial killer. Got a great little sound to it.
It's got a lot of good features too.
Yeah.
It's shorter and
It doesn't take up as much space on your lanyard.
That's
That's
right.
one thing about if you're in a duck line, you don't want a big call. You want one just in case, but you don't want the big one.
that's right.
That's something you might want to look at. But keep in mind it is a little bit harder to blow.
That's right.
So another new call that we're doing this year, Ben's he's just stoked about this call. Because as you said a while ago, he hunts in the Delta a lot. And this is a speckle belly call that we're doing this year. We fooled around with them a little bit, but never really took it to the next level. But we're kind of releasing them this year for that. And it's got a good high pitched, and you can get low on it. Ben, same thing with you about this.
Well, first of all, I'd like to give a special thanks to Ken Peter for allowing me to hunt with him in the Delta. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be hunting out there. But this call has the tone you need to get them when they're way out there or when they're right there in front of you. It just has such an amazing sound with it. But anyhow, Jason's going to demonstrate what this call sounds like. Sounds pretty good to me.
That's a new call we're doing this year, and we're kind of excited about it. Ben really is.
I'm pumped about it.
I call him the spec whisperer, because every time he goes out there, he sends me these pictures of his specs, and I've never even seen them. So I'm sitting up here in North Alabama. We don't get them here, obviously. So, But the next call, we call it the possessed call, and because it's possessed with a lot of different things. Its main function is a wood duck. And I'm basically just going to let this call speak for itself, not really talk about it that much because it's awesome.
That's right. It
does a wood duck, and it also does a speckle belly, and that's where we started with speckle belly. And Ben, this is what he's been using in the Delta and killed tons of speckles.
We've killed a bunch of them.
But he also does locator sounds for turkey hunters and things in the spring turkey woods. So here's the wood duck. Wood duck. Now, speckle belly. Does a great little speckle belly call for being, the size and the gut that we use in it. And the locator sounds for turkey hunters, it will do hawk, peacock, and woodpecker. For the hawk, woodpecker, peacock. That's basically what this call does. And
Yeah.
I have one on my lanyard, which is not on my lanyard, it's in my pack. When I'm duck hunting, in case I see a woody or whatever. Maybe we get a long state belly up here in North Alabama, I doubt it, but, you know. And I also carry it, all season turkey hunting in my vest. For when those, you know, turkeys want to gobble with something else, I pull that out and oftentimes get a gobble. So the last call we're going to do then is the flashback duck whistle. And another cool, nifty little call that we do. And this thing it'll do spot on teal, widgeon,
Mallard.
pintail, and mallard drake sounds. And you know, we all know we can get a whistle, you know, at Walmart or you know whatever for 10 or 15 bucks, and it's a good one. But you know, spend a little bit more money, 25, 30 bucks is what we charge for these things in most cases, and get a custom, one-of-a-kind turn, custom turn duck whistle. And another thing about it, your normal whistles have 2 notes,
That's right.
a high and a low. That's what they do. This whistle has 4 notes. Listen to this. 4 notes out of this thing. It's more like a little flute than it is a duck call. But and that's the teal sound. Those are the 4 notes as you do with the teal sound. And the pintail. Just mix it up. It does a great pintail. For the widgeon. Does a great widgeon too. And the mallard drake on this thing is just it puts chills down my spine. Really. I mean, sounds great.
Sure does. It's just a good all-around
Yeah,
whistle
I mean,
for everybody.
and you can put that on your lanyard, have it on there all the time. It doesn't get in the way. It's a little bitty thing, and like I said, great sound for not much money, and it's probably one of the most overlooked calls out there. So that's our calls. I hope this has been informative, and I thank Ben for doing this with me and helping me out with it. But I hope it's been informative and let you see some of the differences of our calls and what they sound like. We hope to hear from you for orders or for comments or anything like that. You can look us up on the internet at www.insanecustomcalls.com. You can look us up on Facebook at Insane Custom Calls. You can send me an email directly at jason@insanecustomcalls.com, or you can call me 256-558-9290. We'd love to hear from you about any of these calls or orders or comments or anything. And remember, this season, listen to the voices in your head. Thanks. Thank you, Ben.
Appreciate it, Jason.